I am Manadave and welcome to my YouTube channel Live Life Limitless. This is the second part of the two-part video series on what are the important things that you should be doing on your first day in Canada as an international student. In the first part, I have explained everything about social insurance number and how to apply for a social insurance number. So if you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. The link will be in the description box below. In this video, I'll explain about GIC and student banking account, also how to make a proper part-time resume, and in the end, I'll give you some tips that will give you a head start or at least save you some money. Activating GIC and your student banking account, you need to have access to your student banking account for obvious reasons, like you'll need money to eat, you'll need money to pay your rent, you'll need money to survive in Canada. So welcome to not just Canada but an adult life. Jokes apart, there are other reasons that you'll need access to your bank account, because your employer would need your bank account details so that your employer could pay you your wages or salary or whatever you want to call it. And yes, they transfer it to your bank account. Most international students I know use either Scotiabank or CIBC. I personally use Scotiabank. And to activate your, bank account, you will first need to contact the customer support. You'll need to call them and you'll need to talk to a customer representative. You'll have to explain to them that you are trying to activate your GIC and student bank account. They'll give you a date and time, and on that date and time, you'll have to visit your nearest branch of the bank and make sure you take the documents with you. The documents are your passport, your study permit, and your proof of address. You might not need all three of them, but it's, good to keep them handy just in case. And that's it. They'll give you a couple of forms to sign and hey, what are you doing here? मैं समझाता ना भाऊ, मैं समझाता है, टेंशन ना को. तो पब्लिक तुम लोग जब जाएगा उधर अकाउंट एक्टिवेट कराने, तुम लोग को एक फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर अपने ऑफिस में बुलाएगा, बिठाएगा. उधर काम खाली आधे घंटे का है. तुम लोग से डॉक्यूमेंट लेगा, तुम लोग को समझाएगा कि कैसे कैसे क्या क्या रहता है, टाइम पे भरने का, पैसा नहीं तो फिर बहुत तगड़ा मारेगा वो लोग, इंटरेस्ट ये सब. मेरे साथ थोड़ा सीन अलग हुआ. मैं जब गया, मेरा फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर कुछ ज़्यादा ही फ्रेंडली था. मेरे को उधर बिठा, मस्त आराम से मैं बैठा, बात चालू किया. उसको स्मॉल टॉक का मतलब क्या होता है नहीं पता था. उसका मतलब मैं बैठा, मेरे को पूछना चालू किया, भाई तू किधर से, उधर का स्पेशलिटी खाना क्या है, तेरा फेवरेट फूड क्या है, क्या करता है तू, इधर क्यों आया है, इधर रहेगा आगे भी, क्या करेगा तू. मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि मैं मतलब कोई फैमिली गैदरिंग में पहुंच गया. कोई रहती है आजू बाजू, आंटी वांटी मिल जाती है, कोई चाची बुआ भी होती है, तो मतलब क्या कोई मतलब ऐसे बोलती है ना कि बेटा तुम चाय लो, हम तुम्हारी लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं. इसने तो चाय का भी नहीं पूछा मेरे को. मेरे को बताओ, तुम लोग के साथ भी ऐसा कुछ हुआ था क्या? मतलब आधा 2 घंटा तुम्हारा लगा मस्त, तो उधर फिर लास्ट में पूछते तुम देखे हो क्या स्पाइडरमैन? बोला हाँ देखा. बोलता है तुम स्पाइडरमैन देखा, तुम लोग ने डायलॉग सुना होगा, विथ ग्रेट पावर्स कम्स ग्रेट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. बोला हाँ सुना है. बस तुमको क्रेडिट कार्ड ऐसे ही मतलब लेने का. मैं बोला भाई तू बंद कर यार, हो गया, समझ गया यार. तुम लोग के साथ ऐसा सब कुछ हुआ रहेगा तो मेरे को जरा बताओ. मेरे को अरे रुकना, अरे I'm sorry about him. He is my twin brother Tony. He thinks he's smart, wise, funny, but in reality he's just arrogant. So anyways, let's get back to the topic. In reality, my financial advisor was really nice to me. He was, polite, friendly, and I think asking all those questions and trying to make me feel comfortable and, at home or something like that is a part of his job. So don't take it personally if any of these things happen to you. So, yeah, of course, they'll ask you to be responsible, and you'll be getting your debit card right there and then. As soon as you complete all the documentation, you'll have to make a PIN for your debit card. You will get your credit card in your mail at your address. Talking about GIC, I had 10,000 Canadian dollars as a GIC investment, and out of which 2,000 Canadian dollars were available to me immediately as soon as I activated my bank account. The rest of the $8,000 were divided into 12 different installments throughout the year. Each installment was around like $667. And if you have an account in Scotiabank, this will be your procedure. And I have a friend who had a bank account in CIBC. For him, it was similar, like he got 2,000 Canadian dollars immediately for his own use, and the rest of the $8,000 were divided into 8 different installments. He got 1,000 Canadian dollars for 1 month, for in total 8 months. So that's about GIC. So I have made a template out of my own part-time resume, and if you guys want to use this template and download it, you can go to this link here. This link will be in the description box below, and when you open this link, you can just click on the download option here, and as soon as you do that, a document will be downloaded to your desktop. You can just open it. I'm using Google Docs here. So you will have to obviously make changes according to your own personal details. You can just enter your name here, and just below it you can just what course you are doing, and you'll have to give your address and phone number and email ID. You can just give a short summary of what type of person you are. It's up to you if you want to change this. And after that comes experience. If you have any work experience, like I did work in sales and marketing for a few months, then I have mentioned that because it's sort of good to have, not just technical skills, but, personal and, other skills. To be honest, um, for many places, it doesn't matter like if you have technical or non-technical skills, because places like Tim Hortons don't need any technical or non-technical skills. It's just you have to be an able-bodied person, and you can just communicate, basic English. So they'll just hire you like that. But places like Walmart, they do check your resume. They do think that it's important to have, certain skills. So you can make changes according to yourself, according to your convenience. After that comes education. So I've mentioned two things. First is the university in Canada, and the second is if you have done your bachelor's or something, you can just mention that here. That first you can just mention your university name and which province is that university. And the second is from what time to what time you are going to be in that university. After that, you are going to just say that you are for currently first year or second year in XYZ university. After that, you are going to mention the education that you had back in your home country. I am from India, so I've done my bachelor's in computer engineering from India. So I mentioned that here. And talking about skills, when you come to skills, you can, some of the skills are, mentioned already in the profile, but try to keep those things separate. I am friendly and self motivated. I am a quick learner, always willing to learn new things. I'm good at operating, computer software. These are just the things that I mentioned. As I said, not everyone is going to read your resume, but it's good to have, a good resume. So, shift availability, you will have to edit this according to your timetable of the university or college. If you have, classes in the morning, you can just give your availability, like you are available from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you are not available, you can just say that. If you are available full time, you can just say something like this. And languages, this is sort of optional, because in case you know French or some other language, this could be helpful for you. And this is just a section that I have personally put in. Just you can just delete this section. It just says that if you found this resume template helpful, you can just like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for more information and useful content, if this is basically, if you are sending like this direct link to your friends, they should get an idea from where you got this link and template. So thank you. First tip, keep some cash in hand, because let's just say you come to Canada on Friday and you don't get an appointment on Friday, and you'll have to wait for 2 days because banks are closed on weekends. And worst case scenario, you'll have to wait on Monday because there's a line or something like that. So prepare accordingly. Second tip, explore your city, explore your town, explore your area. That's how you are going to network and make new friends. Third tip, get a new SIM card of a company that has affordable calling plans, because most of the places will have Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi. It could be your university, your colleges, malls, restaurants, government facilities, anything. So if you are going to get a new Canadian number, make sure you are going for the cheapest one, and also make sure that you have a decent coverage in your area. One last advice, since you are a student, get your student ID from your college or university as soon as possible, because places like Superstore and Sobeys give students 10% discount on Tuesdays after checking their ID. So make sure you have your ID with you. Next video will be on what resources and websites you can use to find an affordable place to rent in Canada. Also, the video after that one would be the most important and helpful videos, because in that video, I will talk about how I will be paying more than 90% of my yearly university fees with the money that I gathered by working in Canada, legally of course. Finally, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the upcoming videos. See you soon.